What's up, guys? Welcome
Hello.
back to another episode of
A Few Brews podcast
with your boys, Nick.
and Frank.
We love to fucking have it like this.
First,
I
I
mean,
poured these drinks. They're sweating. Let's
yeah,
take a
these
sip.
motherfuckers are sweating because I was sweating
Yeah.
for undisclosed reasons, but that's all good. It's all good now.
That pink apple. I didn't think I was gonna like it.
It's
I
pretty
usually don't
good.
like apple, but that's really good.
It's pretty fucking good. I'm not even gonna lie to you, man.
Yeah, it is.
How you feeling?
I'm good, man.
You
I'm a little
looking
tired.
good. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like every single one of these podcast episodes, we fucking the first thing we do, I'm like, "How you doing? You're looking
Yeah.
fucking fly today." But every single time, I meant it.
Yeah.
Can you show me your fucking boots right now? Like, put it up here. I need to see
I
them.
can't get them off.
I'm gonna raise your leg up. Here, right here. This is it.
I got a pair of cowboy boots.
Who are they made by?
Chacovas. I think it's
Ooh.
yeah. I hope that's how you pronounce it, right?
I hope so too, because maybe they're gonna come back and take them off your feet or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, right. I'll be
You know?
waiting outside for you to rip them off.
Exactly. It's like you can't fucking advertise us like that. Don't do us dirty. Speaking of fucking advertising, a bombshell just went off in the fucking advertising world. We
What
were just
happened?
talking about it.
Oh yeah, with the
The fucking
the
what do
Liver
they
King?
call the Liver King?
Yeah,
I mean,
for his advertisement. right?
Yeah.
For just his
basically
all-
like false advertising, right? That's what the
Yeah.
crux of it. I mean, what's your understanding of the issue?
yeah, it's definitely not be all that you can be by eating natural liver.
He was doing weird shit like eating not only liver,
Yeah,
but raw liver. He was eating like raw. I think wasn't he eating testicles and stuff like that?
he was eating everything raw. That guy.
He was just going up to bulls
Yeah.
and biting their balls off, right?
Yeah, like they were saying, like he was making regular people think like, oh, you could just eat like this and live my lifestyle and you could get jacked. Where you and I have been to the gym a couple times. We've seen like people.
We've been around the block.
Like I know what roids looks like, no matter who he was preaching to.
I mean, he looked crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, even if you look at his stomach, the way that it like bulged out and shit like that.
yeah,
Like I know now they have different like ways of doing like plastic surgery, so you could like chisel it,
yeah.
shape it, and make the indents, make it look more prominent, like if you had
Yeah.
a six pack. But everything about that dude, really,
Yeah, he just looked like,
and nobody gives a shit if you do PEDs.
yeah.
No, literally nobody. Fucking
Especially
gives a
not
shit.
me. I don't care.
Exactly.
Like,
It would be like
yeah.
good for you. But I think where he tripped up is that he made it seem like if you follow these central tenets of living,
Yeah,
that, you know, you could look like me. And it was kind of unspoken. Like, if you eat this raw liver,
yeah,
you're going to fucking get jacked like me.
yeah. I didn't
And if
believe him though.
we just listened. No, we just listened to his apology, right?
Yeah,
And in his apology, he's like, I was just doing this for, you know, the 15-year-olds out there, the 13-year-olds out there who may have like hurt themselves.
yeah.
And I was trying to give them hope. And it's like, give them hope by lying to them?
At least the Rock's like, I mean,
That's what
right?
they brought up.
Yeah,
The Rock.
right. Like, he's not natural, right? He can't be.
Everybody that comments on him and on
Yeah.
that subject, they say 100% he's not natural.
Yeah,
He's in his late 50s or mid 50s now.
yeah.
And it's just a known fact. Once you get older, bro, you don't put on muscle like you do when you were 20
your
or 30.
test like levels out. Your testosterone starts going down.
And even if he was just doing TRT, like testosterone replacement therapy,
Yeah,
that would count, I think, as a performance enhancing drug because they don't
Yeah.
let you do that in like sports and shit,
yeah. I
right?
don't think so, unless he like medically like needed it, I guess. But I don't think he medically needed it. That
But
guy's
even
been jacked since he was.
even still, though, you wouldn't be able to claim natty.
Yeah, he's got Samoan blood.
He's got, I mean, and that's what they were talking about. And if you look at pictures of him when he was 20, 30, 40, 50 years old,
Yeah.
he's always got a huge frame. Like, he's always been a big fucking dude.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you don't get leaner and more muscular as you get older.
yeah.
It's just not the natural
He just
way
like
of
eats
being.
like 40,000 calorie meals
On
right,
his
and stuff.
cheat days,
Yeah.
you ever see that shit?
Yeah, it's crazy.
He's like, we get one cheat day a week.
Yeah.
And he fucking just has a stack of pancakes this fucking high,
yeah,
drenched in everything that you could imagine. Can you imagine the shits that guy takes after?
Yeah, it's like a fucking like a Cadillac, fucking left behind.
He's gonna have a custom made fucking toilet because it just snakes around.
He's stuck on there for a while. After imagine eating like natural, like healthy. That keeps your body like flowing.
Yeah,
like you eat good. You go to the bathroom. It's how your body's like working. So imagine just having like one cheat day eating like that many calories, that much.
It probably just goes straight through you.
Yeah, he's probably like
because your body probably goes into shock a little bit, right?
It's like a little rocket ship just waiting to blast off, right?
It's a fucking interesting time, bro. It's an interesting time to be alive. And I think the issue, at least with like the Liver King, was that like we were saying, nobody would give a shit if you're just saying that you did like performance enhancing drugs, if you were on whatever. I mean, the issue is that you're saying to these people that if you do this like me, then you will look like me. And that's a lie. I mean, it's just a lie.
Yeah, I didn't think... I mean, ever since I seen him, like, I was like, there's no way this guy's natural.
Where'd you first see him? Was it like on Snapchat or something? Because that's where I saw him first.
I saw him on like YouTube. You know what, like the YouTube has like the short clips and stuff like that. And I seen him on one of those videos, just like, oh, eat this. Mm-hmm. And I was always like into like watching it. I'm like, holy shit, look at this fucking guy. But even when the second I saw him for the first time, I was like, yeah, I don't care how much liver you eat or
you're not looking like that.
Like, you're not getting that jacked. I don't care.
Point blank. Period.
Yeah. Even like you see how thick his hair and shit grows. Like that's like some.
He makes your beard look
shit.
Tiny.
Yeah, but that's like a fucking like.
That's a test beard.
If your like test is high, you like grow like thick hair.
Really? I never knew that.
Growing in like, yeah, like suppose like let's say you're like your shit's patchy, right? And you're like, not saying if you have low T or if it's high already, but like if it's patchy and you just start doing tests and you start working out, like you'll see like people start getting like back hair, chest hair, like they start getting like because it's like basically you're blocking estrogen because you're raising testosterone. So all the like female type of deals go away and like,
right.
You're just becoming like a little caveman.
It's an interesting.
That guy's
thing.
fucking, and it looked like he never washed it. You ever notice that his beard looked like it's just like?
I feel like it's supposed to be like semi like hippie-ish. Like
yeah, because he wants to present like he's a caveman. You ever notice that?
Let's look at this real quick because I'm actually curious to see. Let's. I mean, I'm sure that he has like a website, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Find this fucking mouse. Here we go. Okay, Liver King.
He definitely has his own website.
Definitely does. Let me bring this fucking up here. Hey, yo. Take me out to dinner. Our mission is to put back what the modern world has left out, returning our people back to strength and happiness. Whoa.
When you realize that people are suffering and struggling and that there's a simple, elegant solution of returning ancestral living, that's really what my purpose is now.
That's a thick boy.
Yeah.
He's just hunting. There's just caribou. Yeah. He's chasing them.
He's just...
Look at his fucking stomach, bro. Yeah, I see what you mean about his beard.
Yeah, that's like a high test beard, bro. This shit don't grow like that. He's like doesn't wash it, and it's like...
All right, so here are the ancestral tenets. Sleep, eat, move, shield, connect... Cold, sun, fight, and bond. Let's choose a random. So shield, that seems to not make sense at all. The fourth ancestral tenet is shield because we need to avoid the dangers just like our early ancestors did. But instead of running from lions, nowadays we run from seed oils, excess Wi-Fi, EMFs, and man-made poisons. So another thing that people were saying was that like sleep, eat, move, all these tenets that he's talking about.
Yeah.
Not bad things, not bad ideas.
No,
they're just not going to give you a fucking six pack like that.
Yeah, I don't think he's like a bad dude. You know what I mean? I think his like motives and like everything were there. Like we're all positive. Like I don't hate on him. It's just I've seen like video after video, podcast after podcast. He's just like denying like he's on roids.
That's the thing.
And like you're talking to people like who are around people that either do roids or work out. Like Rogan, look at that guy. Like he works out.
And he's on test.
Yeah, and he's a
And he's
fighter.
open about it.
And he's been around the block. Like that guy's not stupid. You
Oh,
know?
he knows everything about,
Yeah.
and not saying, I mean, he is an expert in his own right,
Yeah.
but just like, even if you weren't an expert, even if you weren't as knowledgeable as Joe Rogan himself,
Yeah.
you would just know after a while, like, okay, that doesn't make sense that dude put on that much weight or looks like that or whatever
He's
the case
just too
is.
jacked. Yeah.
Exactly. It's just like, it sets off your bullshit meter. You know what I'm saying? And so it's not a bad thing. I don't think that he's done it. I mean, holding yourself out to like young kids and other people, like you could
Yeah.
attain this.
They're very impressionable. They
Right.
want to like.
But even that to me, like not only the fact that you're kind of deceiving them, but the fact that you're just open. Why did that turn off? Okay. And we're fucking back.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back. We were talking about the Liver King. I mean, none of these ideas are bad per se.
Yeah, sorry.
And even if you did do performance enhancing drugs, I mean, some people look at that as being a bad thing. Other people don't
Yeah.
give a shit. I personally don't give a shit. You don't give a shit. And a lot of people don't give a shit because you can do whatever you want. It's your body. I mean,
Yeah.
but the fact that you're profiting off of a lie, I think morally that's where a lot of people are like, meh, that's, it's crossing the line.
So what about this aspect of it, right? I
Talk
just
to
thought
me.
about this.
Talk to me.
Right. So what if like he was working out and he's like, nah, I'm not doing steroids and I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. And in other people's head, they were like, let me work out as hard as I can because maybe I could look like that. And they were like pushing themselves. Like that's like the other aspect of it that like
if they push themselves more because of his
yeah, they're like, oh
teaching.
shit, like look at this guy, like he could do it, maybe I could do it, and they're pushing themselves. But then it comes back to the full circle, like you're just like lying to people, like no matter how hard they try, they're not gonna look like that.
Like I said,
So that's the downfall.
these ancestral tenets, they're like fundamental ideas that I think, would be beneficial to anyone who practiced them 100%.
Of course.
But the fact that you're going above and beyond to profit and selling people a lie, essentially,
that's what it's all about, money.
it's just false advertising,
Yeah.
It's fucked up. I want to talk about something that we talked about a little bit before on another podcast, but we just touched on it. I want to dive in.
Pour me up, man.
I want to dive in for a deeper
Catch up a little bit.
You know why?
Tell me.
We're going to talk about Neuralink.
Yep.
Can you just give everybody out there a brief, if they've not heard of Neuralink before, a brief overview of what you understand it to be?
For me, what?
Yeah.
It's like I guess a computer chip that goes in your brain, and it's been worked on. Well, it's being developed by Elon Musk, right? So for me, it's something that could just, I guess it keeps you tapped in to everything. Like,
I think the thing is, we don't really know what it's going to be yet.
yeah, I mean,
'Cause
is there any test trials or anybody who has Neuralink?
Well, here's the thing. Remember I sent you a couple days ago?
Yeah.
That shit that said it was going to be starting FDA approval,
Yeah.
like rounds very soon.
Yeah.
I think within the next 6 months. So that's fucking interesting.
Isn't it crazy that like certain things just can't get FDA approval and they're natural, and then this is something you're gonna cut into somebody's head and
Oh
put
my
like a fucking computer chip in
God.
their brain.
You want to play this video? Let's take a look.
Let's dive right in. You guys could hear this?
You want to move your cursor. Like all information you can perceive or imagine, the intent to move a computer cursor is represented in your brain. Your brain is composed of nearly 100 billion cells called neurons. Neurons come in many complex shapes, but generally they have a dendritic arbor, a cell body called a soma, and an axon. The neurons of your brain connect to form a large network through axon-dendrite junctions called synapses. At these connection points, neurons communicate with each other using chemical signals called neurotransmitters. Neurotransmitters are released from the end of an axon in response to an electrical spike called an action potential. When a cell receives enough of the right kind of neurotransmitter input, a chain reaction is triggered that causes an action potential
What
to fire,
website? This is the Neuralink
and the
website?
neuron to in turn relay
Yeah, this is from the
messages to
Neuralink
its own
website. This
downstream
isn't anything that
synapses.
we put together. Just
Action
for-
potentials produce
for
an electric
copywriting,
field that spreads from
reasons.
the neuron and can be detected by placing electrodes nearby, allowing recording of the information represented by a neuron. Information about everything from movement to vision to hearing to hunger to dreaming during sleep. Everything you can experience can be found by recording these electrical signals in different areas of the brain. Information about moving your cursor can be found in a number of brain areas, including the primary motor cortex, or M1. When the cursor is moved up, some neurons in M1 will fire a lot, some will fire a little.
Are you controlling
and
a
others will be
screen?
silent.
Like that's what, right?
And vice versa if the cursor is moved down. In other brain areas, relevant information is represented in more complex ways, which can be learned with more sophisticated models. Through these relationships, we can begin to decode the communication signals in the brain. And by recording enough neurons, movement intent can be elucidated with higher fidelity.
Neuralink.com. So I had something that just popped in my head when they said,
Go ahead, talk to me.
They said they can interact with your dreams.
Oh, so I think they were
Or,
saying
like,
that they
read
could.
your dreams?
No, I think they were saying that they could record your mind's
Like,
brain activity during sleep.
oh, okay.
I want to see.
Now, is this something like,
Look, it has pictures right here.
so like from the conspiracy theory side of this? Not saying I'm a conspiracy theorist, but what if this is something that like they could block your sleep,
Holy shit!
or they could like
There's
make
an
you
app.
dream and you think you're in like reality. You know what I mean? Like you fall asleep and you think you're like in reality, or you fall asleep and it puts you in like the meta or whatever that shit is. That
Like it puts you in the Matrix,
no, they have that meta thing. What is it?
the metaverse.
Yeah. So like you go to sleep or you close your eyes and like it could like, I guess, produce like signals to put you in like the metaverse.
So I'm not saying this completely answers your concern because
Yeah,
yours
I'm very
it's like
concerned about
it's
this.
like remote access to your own system is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
They have on their website Neuralink.com a Neuralink app.
Yeah.
So I guess that's how you would try to like control it.
But there's somebody at home base that's gonna be able to pull you up and look at your stuff. Like
I
all
mean-
my deepest, darkest secrets are gonna be in Elon Musk's like fucking phone.
So I don't know if it would actually be able to pull data in that way. Like say, for example, if you knew how to sing a song, let's take it really, really simply,
Yeah.
and you had the song memorized. I don't know if by way of interfacing with this Neuralink product, whether it could remove from your brain stuff that was on your brain before
Yeah.
it had been implanted, right? So if you knew how to speak English already, I don't think it would gain access to like your whole vocabulary of
Yeah. But it could
English.
cut off shit, is what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying?
Why do you think that
Like it
that
could like, because like they
You're
do
saying-
brain surgery and they could like open up someone's head, and they've done brain surgery where people were like awake because they needed them awake to see like motor function and stuff. And they'll like touch something in someone's brain. The guy's like, "Oh, I taste peanut butter" and shit like that. You ever seen those videos?
so you're more worried about like if they were to do that,
Yeah,
that they
so,
would be
like,
able to
if
make
the
you
doctor
basically
could, like-
hallucinate.
Yeah, if the doctor like poked your brain, you're like, "Oh, it tastes like peanut butter." Like, can they just do anything from there, like to make you think or see or believe in something else? Because it's all your brain's off of it's like electricity at the end of the day. You know that, right? Like you're throwing like electro waves and shit. It's like
So what if
it can
it's
fry you out.
so like this is I think where
I'm not a rocket scientist. Or,
where we're kind of having like
Brain
an
surgery.
issue like imagining it because the idea is so foreign. We don't know
Yeah.
exactly its capacity and what it could do essentially. So if it would be one thing, like if it was a phone that you could use and it's literally just a phone but inside of your head, that's one thing. If it's something that could have like your phone can't control you, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you form certain habits in relation to your phone, in relation to the apps that you
Yeah.
have.
But it-
But it doesn't. It can't be like, okay, you're gonna physically get your body up and you're gonna start walking.
Yeah,
And your question, and I think a lot of people's questions would be, but can it do more than that?
yeah. Can that little thing like send signals? Because you know, like, there's another one where the guy's like playing like an instrument and they're doing like brain surgery, and like they get him to like play the instrument. You know what I'm talking about? So like they're already doing like motor skills like while they're doing surgery on someone's brain.
So your issue with it is, would somebody be able to remote access and basically like run
Yeah.
What if though? What if it was able to like let people walk who couldn't walk because they were
No,
paralyzed?
absolutely.
Or like let a blind person see again.
Or a deaf person hear. I'm all for that, but I think we need a certain amount of like guaranteed with like
What if-
safeties and securities.
What if Musk was just like, trust me?
I don't know, man. I mean, all right, going on to him. Like, you see how what he's doing with like Twitter? He's like exposing shit on Twitter.
What is he exposing? I haven't been on top of it.
He like
I'm
exposed
curious.
the Hunter Biden's like laptop thing and how Twitter like blocked certain things from, you know. So a major thing to me that was fucking crazy was it blocked it so like me and you could just like I don't even have Twitter, but it blocked it so like I couldn't even send like a personal message to you about the election.
What do you mean?
Like Twitter like actually was in like people's accounts, and like you know how like I could text you right now and like I could just send you a text. So pretend that's like Twitter. Like they were like we couldn't even send like a personal text. Like they were in people's like
Really
accounts, like blocking messages from going back and forth.
Here's the whole
How
thing.
crazy is that?
That is crazy. If that's true, I haven't
look it up.
I haven't seen any information
Yeah.
that that's true, but that's just because I don't look into it. So I'm
Yeah.
not doubting what you're saying.
Yeah.
My issue was this with how Twitter used to be. I guess this would be pre Elon Musk taking
Yeah.
it over. Was that Twitter and the CEOs were talking to, I think that this was exposed too, like you said.
Yeah.
They were talking with officials in the government who were trying to say basically like, what are you doing with, you know,
Yeah.
these different people who are weighing in on certain issues? Like, what are you doing about Trump? Like, there's the whole issue of shadow banning people and like making it so that the general population is less likely to come across certain individuals such as right-wing people, super right-wing
Yeah.
people. And I think Twitter specifically before was targeting mostly right-wing people,
Yeah.
trying to deplatform or cancel them like altogether, delete them from Twitter like they had did before Elon was there.
Yeah.
And so to me, that's the biggest problem with like that whole issue.
Yeah.
I know we're kind of getting sidetracked because we meant to talk about Elon Musk, but now we're going into Twitter generally.
Yeah, I just because he owns it. That's,
No, yeah, but I think it's a really good point, and I think it kind
Yeah.
of all overlaps because the issue is who is going to control all of these things, whether it's
Yeah.
a Neuralink chip that goes in your brain
yeah.
or Twitter that's on your phone. And these are all very important things
Yes.
because think about it. If you have the Neuralink chip in your head, who controls it? Who can, in theory, make you do whatever?
Yeah, 'cause you're signing into that app.
And if you think at the same time, bro, I don't want to sound too conspiracy theory-ish,
Yeah.
but I think it's reasonable because we know now that it's happened in Twitter when they're deplatforming, shadow banning, or just turning down the volume on some people's voices just by way of changing the algorithm and how it interacts with its users.
Yeah.
You're shaping the thoughts of a lot of people.
Yeah.
And that I think is extremely
You
problematic.
know when I noticed the algorithms, I was watching somebody's podcast on YouTube, and there was an episode with Alex Jones, right? I don't follow Alex Jones like that. But the guy had made a YouTube short saying how if you're looking for this one video, like it's never gonna pop up on YouTube. Like you have
Specifically for Jones.
yeah.
Okay.
Like you had to go through, like actually type in YouTube, like full thing, like featuring Alex Jones.
That's what happens to even
And,
people
like, that's
who
the
go on
algorithm.
podcasts.
That's crazy.
Whether
right?
it's you're looking for videos or you're just looking to follow somebody's
Yeah,
account.
but I'm subscribed to that guy,
Yeah.
so it's like
That's
it's
weird.
like- yeah, so it's like even though I didn't go to my subscribed, it would have come. It came up on my subscribed, so I was
Right.
subscribed. But I checked out what he was saying. Like I have to look into like if I typed it in,
You have to search very specifically.
Yeah.
That,
So it's like
okay, so here's
like
my
weird,
question.
right?
Here's my question,
Yeah.
right? And I want to talk about it without saying left or right. So we'll just
Yeah.
talk about a perspective,
Yeah.
right? Because everything is very polarized in this
Just society
political
now,
atmosphere,
right?
society in general.
Yeah.
But what are your thoughts and how do you feel about silencing people whose viewpoints are different than yours? Period.
I don't. I think just the American way is like not to silence anybody.
So do you think that Twitter, before Elon had taken it over, did the right thing or the wrong thing in deleting or deplatforming users like Donald Trump or other right-wing or some left-wing figures?
Yeah, I think they shouldn't have gotten involved with any of it. I think it should have just stood Twitter, and they should have let people talk their shit at each other. And
Why do you feel like that?
because I know it's a private company, so like free speech. You know what I mean? Like it's a private company, so they can ban who they want. Like free speech is like part of our like constitution, but like you told me, a company doesn't have to follow that. They can
Right.
just shut you down if they want to.
Here's the thing, because I've thought about what I said.
Yeah,
I think it's problematic, that analysis. I mean,
yeah,
not because it's wrong, but because if it was uncovered that the government was subtly nudging
Yeah.
Twitter to be like, what are you doing about
yeah.
this person that we don't align with politically in terms
Yeah.
of our
'Cause from
views? And what are you going to do about deplatforming them?
Yeah.
If at that point, because there's different theories in the law that you could work under, where if somebody is working and they're basically influencing someone else to do something on their behalf,
Yeah.
obviously, if A's working to get to C, but he's using B to do it, it doesn't mean that A's not involved. It just means that there's he's one
Yeah.
step removed. It's like a conspiracy almost.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So that's where
So-
it goes back to that, right?
So does that actually hold water, the fact that Twitter was a private company? Because if it was acting as an agent of the government in being influenced and
Yeah.
then taking an action to deplatform, does that now become something that's public
yeah.
rather than private, such that the First Amendment would apply? I don't know. I don't know if that would be enough.
Yeah, for me, it's pretty like
It makes you pause, though, right?
yeah, because like we were saying about the whole company aspect of it. But when you do have officials involved, like they're supposed to uphold that whole constitution. They're supposed to be there, right? So I think they shouldn't have gotten involved, and people should have did their own research. And if they wanted to vote one way, they would have went that way. And if they wanted to vote this way, they would have went that way.
But they're scared.
Yeah,
They're scared.
yeah,
I think that's what it comes down to, bro.
yeah,
I think they have a huge thing at stake, and I think it's like anything else. They're trying to play chess, right? And they're like, if there's anything that I could do to get like an upper hand, because it's cutthroat. Everybody
Yeah.
knows politics is
That's just
very
politics. Yeah, it's a dirty
That's a
game.
saying. It's like it's just politics,
yeah.
man.
It's a dirty game.
It is what it is, and people, for as long as the country has been around, I think, have done things. Whether it's you talk about gerrymandering, like
Yeah.
redrawing district lines and stuff like that. I mean, this would not be the first thing that anybody's ever done to try to influence an election in
Yeah.
their favor.
And
But I think that it becomes more problematic. Set aside the whole government aspect of it.
Yeah.
But the fact that private citizens can express their own views on an app like Twitter without fear of being censored. Now,
Yeah.
I'm not saying, and we talked about this last time, that you should be able to incite violence or do something
no,
in terms of libel, defamation, whatever the case may be. That we all understand that there's a line.
Yeah,
Short of that line
it's just talk the shit you want to talk, right?
is let the boys talk shit.
Yeah, and post whatever you're gonna post, and
And guess what? Get on Twitter if you want to
Yeah.
fucking say something else.
yeah, and
If you want to go back at
Like-
somebody, go ahead.
yep. I think if it's like racially motivated or something that's gonna cause like chaos or like you just said, then yeah, feel free to block it, because there are some people that can't just read something and be like, oh wow, that's crazy. There's some people that read it and they like go off the wall. They're like, oh my god, can you believe this shit? And they think they got to take to the streets. So yeah,
They'll take to the Capitol.
Yeah, exactly. So there are a lot of people who like look into things and they get like so focused on it instead of being like, you know what, let me just write what I'm going to write. Like,
So
hey,
you're saying too, though, that there's a real danger essentially to actually letting there be, even short of like criminal conduct, but even
Yeah,
like letting
but-
people talk their shit and letting people rile each
Yeah,
other up.
but
That
I-
could even be dangerous.
yeah, but I think for me, what I'm trying to say is like, I mean, don't go on there and post like, oh, let's meet here or let's fucking destroy here, because people make like plans on there. Remember during the riots, people were like, oh, we're gonna be in blah 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 Manhattan on this day or at this place, come show up. And like people are reading it like, oh, I'm gonna go there and just start fucking lighting cop cars on fire.
Yeah,
you know,
there's
like,
definitely
that's what I mean.
There's definitely a line in the sand, and
Yeah.
it was crossed multiple times.
Yeah, but as for like people, oh, they're gonna talk shit to this or talk shit about that. Like that's fine. I feel like that's like our like rights of being like in this country. You know,
Right.
you know.
And to me, it's huge
Yeah,
because it's one thing to basically draw a line where conduct would become unlawful,
yeah,
but it's another thing to pick and choose the viewpoints that you agree with and
Yeah.
let those be the ones that are more heard than another
Yeah.
view. Because it's great, because a lot of people might say everything that the left was doing at that point
yeah,
was for the greater good. It was morally correct. I think that's what their argument would be.
Yeah.
So that's where they were finding justification in the fact that, like, you know, well, we should shut Donald Trump
Yeah.
off of Twitter
But
because.
then just shut down the whole thing, then, right?
But here's the thing. Here's to let me finish my thought. Here's what it is. In that instance, those people and that group of people, which arguably was a majority, if you take what the total count was for the people
Yeah.
that voted for Biden. But maybe next time that somebody has an idea and it sticks like it did, it's not the morally righteous choice. And maybe it's
Yeah.
something different. And maybe the minority next time will be the people that are actually morally, objectively right. Because
Yeah.
there's what you think that is right, what I
Yeah.
think that is right, and what's actually right.
Yeah,
And sometimes I'm right, sometimes you're right, sometimes we're both wrong, and somebody's closer to right than not.
yeah,
But that's exactly why you need to have that ability to talk, to have discourse,
Yeah.
and to be able to flesh out these different ideas.
of course.
And it's important that I think that maybe tomorrow, if the majority is not right, to have that other voice there
Yeah,
in a minority to be able to say, wait. Maybe things have gone a little too far, or maybe we need to do more of whatever the case is, and they need to be able to step in. I think that's what America's about. It's about having this game
Checks and balances.
of checks and balances, of weighing these different issues at any given time,
Yep.
and basically seeing what is right at that time, given our understanding of society, of current events, of politics, of everything in that moment. And looking back to the past for information.
Yeah, so we don't repeat the same.
Yeah,
BS.
exactly. Exactly. It's crazy shit.
Yeah, it is.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
And because, like, if you think about going back to Neuralink and tying it back to that same government that was influencing private corporations
Yep.
like Twitter that we thought was privately run
Yeah.
and maybe not under the influence of things, maybe that's a naive stance. But I think most people, if you would ask them, like, if they were working with the government, they'd say, no, it's fucking Twitter.
Yep.
Why would they do that? It was wrong.
Yeah.
They were talking with one another, and what if a thing like Neuralink gets influenced by the government too,
Yep.
for whatever reason?
And they have you.
Or in terms of data collection, even like you were saying, like if they could record, and I don't know if they're recording just your neurosynapses
Yeah.
and the interaction
There's some
of
guy there that could
the
read
neurons
that shit.
firing. Right. Can they read that? Can they decode it? Can they convert those electrical impulses into
a
information?
picture or info. Yeah, that's where I'm at. That's what scares me. But then it's hard to be against something that, like in that video, hearing, seeing, walking, like something that could benefit a young kid that's never walked before, who's never heard before, never seen his parents, you know? So it's like so hard to be so against something when you totally don't. Like I said, I'm still new. I don't really know a lot about it.
Right.
I would love to know a lot.
Well, I don't think
more about
anybody really knows a lot
Yeah.
about it because it's still being tested.
So it's hard to be like, one way or the other about it.
Yeah, because it's so abstract to like what we understand.
Yeah.
The easiest way that I think about it, and I don't know how right this is just looking at it like it's a phone but in your head,
Yeah.
and it's like an extra thing that you have that connects you to information, like a phone does.
See, for me, it's like where I'm stuck at is in the video. Are you controlling like a TV?
That's what they said.
Yeah. Or are you like
They said that they were recording the way that your brain fires.
to move a mouse key up and down, right?
Exactly, and it would replicate that,
Yeah.
or it would record that. I guess record that
Does
data.
anybody have this yet?
And I think it's in.
Does Musk have this?
Let's see. When does Neuralink come out?
Yeah.
2023.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah, it says that he sought approval from the FDA
He better be the first guy to wear it, right?
for
Guy like
human clinical trials.
Guy like that ain't doing it first, right?
So it says, here's how it works. Neuralink's brain-computer interface uses thousands of small electrodes embedded in the brain to read signals emitted by neurons and transmit them to a computer. Okay. Musk claimed one of the real-world applications for Neuralink's chip could be to restore vision in people who have lost their sight, or even restore motor function in people suffering from paralysis. Although this wasn't shown off in any demonstrations. It says a bunch of other shit. Size of a quarter.
So, like, let's get conspiracy theory a little bit.
Go ahead.
Musk, working against us, or is he working with the people? Like, what do you think about him? I know we always ask this, like, here and there. Like, what are you, like, do you think he's working, like, against us, or he's with us? Because it's, like, it's very, like, sheep in wolf's clothing, right? He's very, like...
Is that the feeling you get?
Yeah, from him. Because he's very, like, always, like, oh, like, I'm going to get Twitter, and I'm going to open it up for everybody. I'm going to make an electric car that's affordable to everybody.
It's not fucking affordable.
I'm going to do this and that, and it's going to be for everybody.
Do you not believe that there are just good people who want to do good for society?
Not when it comes to money, man, right?
But he's already the richest person.
Yeah. I know, but it's... that, and then that's where I'm like, oh, when you read that one thing where about, helping people out with, like, motor skills, hearing, and all that. Like, that's something, like, that's good. Like, I read that and I just heard it and I'm like, oh wow, like that's really beneficial for
it's a game
people.
changer.
But now, are you gonna make that? Is that item gonna be
for
$1 million, or is it gonna be
$5?
You know, a couple $1,000? Yeah, is it gonna be a couple $1,000 for the average kid who comes from a poor family who can't hear or can't read or can't see?
And not only that, but what happens to jobs that required extensive levels of study over extensive time? If everybody could just look up and download a book on, like, the federal rules of evidence in a trial, everybody could just be like, okay, let me think, got it, know everything about it.
Yeah,
could pull it up and read it off a fucking page.
Yeah. But so,
how does that change the game? Do you think that just because you have that information at your disposal, that you're automatically going to be at a top tier as somebody else who was, like, practiced for 10 years? I'm just using law as an example. Practiced for 10 years, had trial experience, this, that, and the other. Or do you think they could also download, like, the experience of how to use this information?
Yeah, because there's, like, case studies and there's, like, also, like, side notes and shit that goes on, right?
Not only that, but I'm like, just because say if you knew how to read music, does that mean that you would, because of be able to write a symphony like fucking Beethoven?
That's when it goes back to.
But that's what I'm wondering.
Profited off of it. That's where it goes back. But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's where I'm like, that's the part where I was just trying to get at now.
Yeah.
It's like, if you could just sit there, go get this Neuralink surgery, and just be like, all right, I want to be a doctor, and you know how you have to, like, learn the whole human body, right?
Yeah.
So, like, now I can just be like, all right, okay, I know it, and it's like. How much money do people? Oh, all right, for law. Like, how much money do you spend going to law school?
You could spend hundreds of thousands.
Okay,
definitely.
So is he gonna give you a fucking $1,200 chip that goes in your brain that could just knows hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of information?
That's another thing. How is it gonna hurt other businesses?
Yeah.
Well, you know what they'll probably do? It'll probably be behind a paywall. Like anything else, you could have the Neuralink chip, but do you want to level up? Do you want to prestige like in Call of Duty? It's like you gotta pay to play, baby boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then it goes back to, will there be financial equity in this product?
He's an alien, like I said.
At the end of the day, he's from Mars, so. Yeah. Holy shit! This is like some interesting fucking shit.
Yeah, because it's cool shit. It's just now times, you know. And it takes away from just arguing about everything. Like, other people should be looking into this stuff, not to for argument's sake, but just like to, it's cool. You know,
it is.
It's a lot of good stuff.
It's fucking crazy, to be honest with you. Let me just... Okay, so this is May 5th, 2020.
Fundamentally.
Well, let's talk about what you can talk about, what Neuralink
that's
is, because the last time you were here, we really couldn't discuss it. And then there was a press release, something that sort of outlined.
Hopefully, I can fix my back pain.
That happened quite a bit after the last time you were here. So, what exactly is it? How do you do? What happens if someone ultimately does get a Neuralink installed? What will take place?
Well, for version 1 of the device, it would be it basically
It was fucking burp. Sorry.
Skull. So, but it would be flush with your skull. So you basically take out a chunk of skull, put the Neuralink device in there. You put the electrode. You insert the electrode threads very carefully into the brain, and then you stitch it up, and you wouldn't even know that somebody has it. And so that it can interface basically anywhere in your brain. So it could be something that helps cure, say, eyesight, like returns your eyesight, even if you've like lost your optic nerve type of thing. Really? Yeah, absolutely. Hearing, obviously. I mean, pretty much anything that it could, in principle, fix almost anything that is wrong with the brain.
Oh.
And it could restore limb functionality. So if you've got interface into the motor cortex and then an implant that's that's like a microcontroller in your muscle groups, you could then create a sort of a neural shunt that restores somebody who's a quadriplegic to full functionality. Like they can walk around, be normal. What do you want?
It's gonna be so fucked up. It's gonna be so fucked up because nobody knows why we're laughing right now. I'm not gonna out you either.
I was just telling him, I ripped the ass. It was so quiet.
Elon Musk was like, "Yeah, we're gonna learn how to, fix paraplegic young children," and we just started laughing like, "Good motherfucker." So it seemed fucked up, but it was
So, yo,
in actuality more fucked up.
did you see Musk's like costume?
No.
He had like this crazy fucking like
What costume?
satanic costume.
What are you
on
talking
the other
about?
day. You didn't see it?
No.
He had that fucking Baphomet costume.
You're fucking lying.
Yeah, this whole like Hollywood party was crazy. That's why I'm like 50-50. But that Neuralink, see, he's only telling us like the good part of it. Now, what else could it do? You know what I mean? But that goes on, like I said, like, what do you think about Musk?
What do I think about him?
No, but that's what I'm saying. Our topic right now is like, what do you think? Because he's like going to these crazy parties and like, you know what's in right now with like
What?
his whole costume's like demonic and shit like that.
I just looked it up.
You know what's like in now, right? Like
What
that
do you mean?
Balenciaga shit. Did you hear about that?
Yeah.
Did you see like in every like not every, but in a couple of their pictures they had like weird things that had to do with like children, like not just this latest thing. It's been going on for a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like they had like photo shoots of just like a purse. And like if you look at like the paperwork under the purse, it's like a story of like some like fucking sex thing with a kid.
What?
Yeah.
I know the last one had like some type of
Yeah, just the kids with the
kids holding
like bondage
a
shit.
doll wearing bondage.
Yeah. But like
And underneath it had some legal, and I read the case before in law school.
yeah.
And it had to do with, I think, obscenity.
Yeah.
It's a case regarding obscenity.
Oh, you know which one I'm talking about? With
And-
the purse with like
I don't know what you're talking
with the
about now.
Yeah, it's like a purse and it has like a old like I guess like a legal file under it, and it's about like a
It's
fucking
like a court case, court
yeah,
decision.
with like something with like a kid. And then they had another thing that was like the owner, or I
Gives me
guess the
chills,
person,
pal.
I guess the person who like writes about them like hashtags this one thing. And hold on, let me
Look it up. Yeah, look
I'm
it
gonna
up.
look
Fuck
it up
it.
real quick. I don't have.
And I know that there's a lot of debate about. Gotta take my wallet out. It's crushing me. About what like pushes the limits as far as being artsy and stuff like that. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not the most fucking artsy person in the fucking world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's a little weird. It's very weird. I think indisputably weird that you would put a kid holding a bear in a bondage type leather strap thing, especially when you're gonna put other subliminal like notes in it, like that court case regarding obscenity, and funny enough, if I remember that case right, that they were talking about, one of the justices was like, obscenity and the definition of obscenity, that's what they were trying to get at. And the justice or judge was like, you know what, I don't know how to specifically define obscenity, but I know it when I see it.
I'm listening to you. I'm just trying to look up this thing.
And so when they say, you know, I know it when I see it, I think everybody could look at that ad, crazy enough. I'm like, that's a little... Because it's not obscene in the normal sense where it's like somebody getting their head crushed in, like violence or gore, or like some type of sexual act. That's all obscene, undoubtedly. And I don't think many people could really dispute that. But when we all look at that type of ad and we see a child holding a doll, a teddy bear that has bondage clothing on, I think we all look at it and it makes your fucking skin crawl. Yeah. Because it's like, it would be weird enough if that happened in real life. It's even crazy. Weirder that not that it happened in real life. That if somebody for whatever reason had a teddy bear in bondage fucking outfit and your kid picked it up, you would be like, oh shit, give that to me. What are you doing with that? Like, where'd you even find that? But it's weirder too because adults in Balenciaga thought about the ad, sat at a table and talked about the ad and said, we need a teddy bear. We need to find bondage to fit that teddy bear. Yeah. We got to find the court case that refers to obscenity, and we gotta stage it exactly like this. It makes it even more fucking creepy.
Yeah, and look at that symbol there of what Balenciaga means, and then look at Elon Musk's his costume. It's all being exposed. They're hiding in plain sight. All right,
but I don't get it. What are they trying to say?
So like, if you break down Balenciaga in Latin, it says do, right? Because that's like a saying for like an old cult, right?
Interesting.
And this is what Elon Musk is wearing as his costume.
Hold on.
Look it up.
What is Elon Musk wearing?
Go look at his Halloween costume. Okay, I'm going to send this to you.
Elon Musk Halloween costume. It's like, it says Gothic Warrior costume.
Yeah. Is it?
Oh shit, it does.
Yeah, bro.
It does have that shit on it.
It has Baphomet on there with an upside down fucking cross.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's a little odd.
Yeah.
That's a... Why? Is he supposed to be a character from something? Like, I don't get it.
I don't know. I've never seen any movie with that, like, costume.
His costume is called the Devil's Champion Leather Armor Set and can be purchased at the legendary NYC costume store Abracadabra for $7,500.
Whopping. Right. Whopping $7,500.
Interesting.
Right.
The Devil's Champion. Yeah. Do you think he's trying to be like tongue in cheek though when he does that? Because like so many people fucking hate him. So
this is what I was telling you about. But yeah,
like maybe he's just poking fun at everybody. He's saying like a fuck
he's
you.
Like saying fuck you to Hollywood. So like this is what I was talking about. I'd like to take this.
It's a nice ass case, by the way, Poppy.
Thank you, man.
You gotta fucking tell me where you got this because I want one just like this. It's fucking nice.
That's fine. See what I'm saying? Like the rabbit hole is very deep. Balenciaga.
It's kind of
It's like
indisputable too because like somebody had to put that in the background.
Yeah. So, all right. I don't know how. I'm not into fucking. I don't sell clothes. I don't know how these crazy expensive things are. So maybe somebody could have just popped that in there. You know, the top guy making millions of dollars. That's just the chairman. Do you think he like really goes and looks at what his team's doing?
I don't know.
Right? It's crazy, right?
I don't know.
Like
somebody is making the decision to have those things in it.
Yeah, like does that go all the way up the food chain? Like does the top guy actually see that and give the final okay? Or is he just the head of Balenciaga?
Is he just a puppet? Yeah. Is he just a figurehead rather?
See what I'm saying? It goes deep, the Balenciaga rabbit hole.
You went all the way down it, though.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Some crazy shit. I'm not going to
It's
fucking
like,
lie.
but what's like the agenda? Just to target kids?
Like, why would they do that?
Yeah, because like the average person, like I can't afford Balenciaga. Excuse me. I try to hold in a burp.
That's what
Like
happens.
the average person can't afford Balenciaga, like unless they're just gonna work just to pay for that. Like you Google how much is a pair of like their shoes.
That's what I was just going to do.
Yeah,
You
go and
fucking
look
read
at
my
it.
mind. Balenciaga.
Because all the rappers and everybody was wearing this
Yeah, it was hot.
for years. Think about it. Even the hood ass rappers doing the normal shit. Why is Adidas on a Balenciaga?
I think they did a
A collab?
collab.
Yeah, go to Furman. Let's see how much. So they like.
Holy fuck.
So like they like. Kanye West got like kicked out, but he was doing Balenciaga, right?
Look at
Wasn't
these
this
fucking those shoes look straight off of fucking Mickey Mouse or something.
Yeah. Look, how much are the Mickey? Oh no, it's not gonna show you the shoes. How much are those pants?
Look at the body on this dude too.
Shaped like a fucking number 2 school pencil.
Jesus.
How much are those? But
He
oh,
doesn't
all right,
even
so
got a chin. His chin goes straight down and it goes to his nipples.
so these are just men's Balenciaga Adidas sweatpants, not the tops and bottoms. This is just the sweatpants.
Sweatpants in black.
$1,000, $1,090. So you're gonna tell me that this is aimed for kids? Like you have kids in these pictures?
Maybe like if you're super, super rich.
Like whose kids are wearing these? The Kardashians' kids? Because like
that's it.
nobody's kids I know is wearing Balenciaga.
I would never even first of all, half of this shit is disgusting looking.
Yeah, it's like overly grown.
Balenciaga's gonna take us out after this fucking podcast.
Guy looks like a vampire right there. Up, go up. That guy right
Which
there.
one? This guy?
Yeah. He was like in Twilight. No, but like all jokes aside, like look how expensive a pair. You could go to a regular Adidas sweatpants with the 3 lines on the side are probably like $60.
Yeah,
And you could probably get like a coupon.
they
off
just
of,
mark
like-
them up.
Yeah. And you could get them for cheaper than that.
Get it for the low.
So like it makes no sense. Like why was it targeting like kids? You know.
Yeah, why were the kids in the ad? What were they even selling?
But who? That's what I'm saying. Like whose kids are wearing this shit?
Like if you
It's
were
only
selling
rich and famous.
no,
people
but like
wearing this shit.
listen to what I'm saying. If they were selling a bag, why did they need a kid holding a teddy bag in bondage?
Yeah.
They probably pulled the image from everywhere. Oh no, here it is.
No, that's still. Yeah, they ain't getting the image off the web, bro. The cut. Yeah, I don't condone none of this shit.
That's so weird, bro.
Yeah. It's just like, and then you made it like a teddy bear for like these little kids. They're like, "Oh, mommy, look at this teddy bear. It's a purse and a teddy bear." Why? First of all, a kid that age shouldn't have a purse at all. Like, what are you holding in there? A bunch of like Play-Doh things.
Literally, like
You're,
what
like,
the
taking
fuck is going
that-
on?
All that picture says to me is like, let me take this kid's innocence away, because it's like as fucked up as it is. Like, they shouldn't be posting shit like that. I don't know, man.
No, I think everybody agrees. I think they fucked up.
Yeah.
I think that's the bottom line.
And it's crazy because everybody just went straight for like the Kardashians. Like, oh, you guys don't have nothing to say. Like, why are they the public image for like everybody else?
Like, why are they? I think it wasn't that they needed to say something. I think that them being in the public eye like they
Yeah, because they're
are,
always wearing that shit.
and because they're supporters of the brand,
Yeah.
like you just said. I think that's why they expected them to denounce those actions.
See, I'm gonna brush on another topic that has to do with this, and it also involves like Liver King, right? So everybody, young men, he said 12, 13-year-old, are looking at Liver King, right? They're like, oh, that's who I strive to be with. Not be with Scar. That's who I strive. Because you got kids and all this stupid shit going
Got
on.
you feeling away.
No, it's fucked up. So you have like young boys to young men to even older men, like, oh, that's who I strive to be like. I want to be like Liver King, right? And what goes for girls? The Kardashians. Every girl got their fake this, that, you know. I'm not against it. Like, if you want to give yourself a different image, or you got to love who you are at the end of the day. But don't make that, like, don't make them, like, the go-to for, like,
the
you know what I mean?
guidepost.
Like, make yourself happy, and, like, if you do want to do your lips or you know, any other part of your body, like, yeah, do it for you because you want to be beautiful. Or maybe you don't need it. Maybe you are beautiful, but don't be like, oh, but the Kardashians have this, you know? So, like, you know, like, in the last couple of years, like, everything shifted towards, like
Fake
media's,
shit.
like, messing people up, where they think, like, everything they see on media is just how they're supposed to be.
I think here's what's happened in a lot of
Yeah.
media and society in general. People have looked up to these stars, celebrities, icons in fashion, music, whatever the case is, whether you're talking about Kim Kardashian or Kanye West, whatever the case is. Historically, when you looked at these people, whether they were movie stars like 50 years ago, you didn't get to see their whole lives. You got to
Yeah.
see what they put on the screen and what they put on the red carpet.
Exactly.
That was it. And
Yeah.
so you had these false ideas that these images of these people, they were fucking gods, that they did no wrong. But then in the last, especially 5 years, once Twitter blew up, once Instagram blew up, these people are trying very hard to basically put their best foot forward
Yeah.
to try to create and
Not show the shitty side of their
not
lives.
show the shitty side of their lives exactly. But it's seeping through.
Yeah.
And it's normal because you're a human. But they try so hard, whether it's Kanye West and everything that he's been going through,
Yeah.
everything that he's been saying, and the people that he's affected, or any of the Kardashians and their physical image, how they create that and entangle that with their brand to make them money. But then they have all these young girls that look at them and are like,
they, like, idolize them.
I should look like Kim, or I should look like Chloe, or whoever the
Yeah,
case.
they, like, idolize it.
Yeah.
And it's, like,
But now,
ridiculous.
but now the curtain's getting pulled back
Yeah.
on all these people.
Good.
Because Kanye West has a breakdown every other night on Twitter.
Yeah, he does. Well, he just got banned again. Basically, he got banned again because he was saying, like,
Wild shit. It sounds like
he's like, I love Hitler, and he made Alex Jones even do a double take.
You're not a Nazi. You don't deserve to be called that and demonized.
Well, I see good things about Hitler also. The Jew, I love everyone. I'm done with the classifications. Every human being has something of value that they brought to the table, especially Hitler.
Yeah.
what?
So, yeah, that's what I was saying, because you
The
say you didn't
fuck?
know he got banned off of Twitter again. So he was just going on this rant, like, oh, that whole, like, 6 million Jews were never killed, and, like, fucking Hitler was a good guy. I don't know. He didn't say Hitler was a good guy. He said, like,
Wait,
I love Hitler.
InfoWars has a website, right?
Yeah. But
About to go into the
you
murky
know that you're
waters.
saying some crazy shit when Alex Jones does a double take to you. You know that, right?
All right, well, I don't know if we're going to go through this whole 2-hour clip.
Yeah. But I gave you, like, the gist of what he was saying before. So, yeah, he just, like, said some crazy shit. And, like, Ari Shaffir was, like, he was saying how, like, he gets what he was saying about, like, when he said, oh, I'm going to attack the Jews or whatever. I'm going to go DEFCON on the Jews or whatever he said. So he said, the comedian, he was like, what he meant to say was, like, that he didn't like his management team. Which, when he said that, it's not right. Don't be anti-Semitic. Don't say crazy shit. Like, if you have something bad to say, keep it to yourself, whatever, you know? Don't try to make, like, good media
Yeah,
out of
I
it.
feel like you got to go look at the clip of what Ari said, because I think I've heard what
Yeah, he was saying,
you're
like,
explaining. He was, like, referring to
like, just his management team, like, his higher
management
up,
generally,
like,
and then it came off as, like, racist.
Yeah, but he still wrote it like a fucking in
not
a
gonna
racist way.
not gonna lie to you, like, in terms of, I mean, I don't know if that's what he actually meant. And
Yeah.
in all fairness, I haven't even fucking seen the
Yeah, I'm
fucking
just
tweets.
piggybacking off of what he said.
I haven't even seen the tweets, but if he was referring, if it was his understanding that the lawyers' illegal team were Jewish, and he was like, I'm going to go DEFCON on the Jews, I think it's reasonable that one could assume that maybe he was referring to them
well,
as a
Ari
group,
said,
calling them the Jews, albeit in a disrespectful way, you know?
Well, Ari said like when people in Hollywood refer to the Jews, it means like their management team.
I remember that clip from Ari.
Yeah,
He was
you know what
like,
I'm
"Yo,
saying?
have your Jews call my Jews."
Yeah, he's saying like that refers to like their higher up, their management, like their handlers or whatever.
Still not a great way to fucking refer to people, but
of
but
course.
it changes
But
what
this
you're saying
is
a
like
little
totally like
This
another
is-
level of shit that he's saying. Like this has nothing to do with your management team. You're just like praising shit.
He's
and
like
denying
Hitler's
that a whole
got
thing-
great qualities.
Yeah, like we have fucking pictures of like a fucking Auschwitz, bro. Like we have facts
there was nothing
of shit
good.
going on. You know, like Hitler wasn't a good dude.
There was nothing good happening.
Yeah, so I mean
He's lost it.
yeah, you know, I was watching. I don't know if you ever heard of him or you watch him, Glenn Beck. You ever heard of Glenn
No,
Beck?
actually, no.
I
is he?
watch him a lot. He's very like he's just like a in your face like podcast. He has his own like show on like Blaze TV, and like I follow him. I like him because he also mentions like a couple of things that I'm into. Like he goes into like religion and stuff, and like I like that stuff. So, but he was saying he's like, yo, Kanye is like. He's been losing it for a while. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
he says some things that are like, oh, okay, like I understand where he's coming from, which I'm not like agreeing with the whole like anti-Semitic things, but like he's saying he's been losing it for like a long time, like for years, but
Right.
it's been like ups and downs, which I kind of like agree with because I like followed Kanye, like
Because
his
he has
music,
mental health issues.
his music I followed, not his Kardashian lifestyle or any of that, just his music, and you could tell like his music's been like it went from good, then you were like, oh, this is dope, and then you were like, what the hell is he putting out, and then it's
Yeah.
back to like, oh, it's good, like that shit's that's like an art, putting out music like or singing.
Well, I
like-
think if you go
So, like,
throughout
you're-
history, like a lot of people who are artists had like mental health issues.
yeah,
I think it's
agree.
known.
Yeah,
Comedians, artists, people
Can't
who wrote
argue.
music, musicians
that.
generally.
yeah, I think he's definitely out there. I didn't know what the word I was gonna say. but I was gonna say he was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but that's a little childish of me. So I was gonna say yeah, he's a little out there. But
Oh shit, man. Shit.
yeah, bro.
What do you even say to people like that? See, this is the thing too,
don't heck
because
them on.
the thing is, you want people to have freedom of speech, but then you have the outliers,
Yeah,
like Kanye West, who will talk crazy.
yeah. But he's allowed to say whatever he wants.
He's
You know?
allowed to. He did.
yeah.
He said. I mean,
He had Alex Jones looking at him like, "What the fuck
he
are
had
you talking about,
he
guy?"
had AJ looking at him sideways. That's
Yeah.
a fucking feat.
Yeah, that's like a fucking new look for Alex.
And that
Jones
guy
looking
said
at
Sandy
somebody.
Hook didn't happen.
Yeah,
The
he
fuck?
took it back. He took it back. He took it back.
He did. He take it back.
Yeah, he took it back. An apology wasn't enough. He had to pay all those.
Didn't he?
restitution
I think
tax.
he just declared bankruptcy too.
Yeah,
because
bro. They
he
told
owes-
him to pay back like billions of dollars, right? or some
Yeah.
shit. Like, how could you? I get it. Like, I get it. Don't. I wouldn't talk on it. I wouldn't ever go on media and talk on anything like about like a shooting, or especially with kids. You know, like I could talk about shit that goes on like in the streets, like in the boroughs, like oh someone got shot, like oh yeah they're probably doing dirt or whatever, right? But like a massacre in a school, like I wouldn't say anything.
different
Like,
level.
yeah, I just have no say. Like even if I thought it was a conspiracy, which I don't think it is, but even if I thought it was, generally speaking, like I wouldn't like just be on media like throwing it out there. I would just be like, you know what, like, because if it isn't a conspiracy theory or it is, like, those are parents in there that lost their kids. Like you have no say. You know what I
It's
mean?
crazy.
So, but and then like he said all the shit, and then he had to pay like fucking billions of dollars. Yeah. So, but yeah, man, that's what it really comes down to. It's like
That is what it comes down to.
stay in your own
A lot
fucking
of.
lane.
I think the overall message that, or not message, but idea that we've been exploring is kind of like, how far should freedom of speech go?
Yeah.
What happens when you have outliers like Kanye West or Balenciaga wilding the fuck out?
I think that freedom of speech stays the way it is, bro. People are allowed to say what they want, and that's just the beauty of being an American.
Whether it's Kanye spewing that disgusting vile shit,
Yeah, that he loves fucking Hitler, that weirdo.
or Balenciaga
Talking about and watching
creating
little kids.
ads with that type of shit in their
Dirty.
ads, I think the right response is not to censor them, but to make other people's voices louder.
And just
And fight it.
leave a channel open for people's opinions.
Right.
Because once you close it out, like and you delete
It's a slippery
everything,
slope before
or
you turn into fucking Nazi Germany.
Yeah, and we turn into fucking China or something like that.
Speaking of fucking China, bro,
Oh,
that's a whole
yeah.
other fucking. Did you see that video of the fucking
Which
people
one?
in hazmat suits dragging a guy out of his fucking?
Yo, you want to go off of that? Imagine,
Yo!
did you see they were welding doors shut?
What?
Yeah, you didn't see that? They had this major fire.
No, they didn't.
No, look, type it in.
Type it in.
They had this. All right, give me a second. Oh, hold on, what did I do? An apartment fire.
Xinjiang.
Yeah, so like people died like trying to get out of there, but some people's doors were like welded shut, and they like couldn't get out. So there was like no way out of their like residence while this fire was going on. So like that's the scary part, right? So because China's been going through some shit. So this is like what I was talking about. So they're like welding people's fucking doors closed, bro. That's apartment buildings.
No fucking.
So there was a fire in one of these buildings, and 10 people lost their lives. You know, very sad. But that's why people were rioting over there. People took to the streets. They're like, these COVID lockdowns are crazy. They're unnecessary. Blah blah blah. Right? But it puts a perspective, right? How come nobody's taking a fucking Pfizer shot or a Moderna shot over there?
Do they have access to it or no?
I mean, we trade everything with one another. No?
I don't know.
I'm sure we could get them a fucking Pfizer shot over there.
That's crazy though. They're just literally welding a door
people's
shut.
doors shut, bro. Yep.
That's scary as fuck, my guy.
Yep.
They were closing entire apartment buildings of people inside.
Yeah, and then there was that's what I'm saying.
Putting drones up. I saw a police drone scaling a building.
Yep.
Sirens, red and blue.
Yeah, it was telling people like
saying stay inside
if
under
you
force of
rioted,
penalty.
like, we were gonna take you out. Bro.
People were rioting though.
Yeah, they're saying whoever gets like facial recognized, or if they actually catch somebody who was rioting, you could go back. They're gonna do something bad.
I just don't. What is going on over there that this
It's
is
a
ramping up
communist
again?
country, bro.
But like, why is COVID so bad over there again? Is it any worse than it is here?
So, do you want to hear a theory of mine?
Talk to me.
So, like, you know how like this whole like everyone's like always saying like, oh, World War III is like this Ukraine and like fucking Russia and us and the USA. Sorry. Like China's been like getting ready, right? They're like getting their people used to like, all right, we're going to lockdown mode. Stay in your house, just in case they do go to war. Like they're gonna protect their people like that
By locking them inside.
Yeah, like imagine bombs are going off and there's like chaos in the streets. Like there's an all-out war.
So they just want to reduce casualties by controlling their population.
Yeah, like people already used to just being stuck inside.
Wouldn't they want to like bring them out of the country though?
Where are you gonna take? Fucking, there's like a 1 billion. There's like a
I
billion
mean,
people.
but what happened in Ukraine? People fled to the surrounding countries.
No, but imagine blowing up one part, right? Like they drop bombs on one part. So like,
you just think
there's not people outside. Like they're not gonna get hit with the bombs. They're not gonna be all over the streets going to work and in the supermarket.
I don't know.
You know, people are mentally prepared to be like, "Yo, I'm gonna stay inside for a month." People are getting prepared for that shit. It's crazy. That's just a theory.
I don't even know what to say to that. I can't say whether I think that's right or wrong because people are in hazmat suits pulling other people out of their houses and welding doors shut. Like we just watched a video of some guy in a hazmat suit welding a door shut.
There was this video. So there's this video from a while ago. This was like, I'm talking 6+ months. So there's like, the Chinese police are like going to people's houses and like taking them out, like because they were taking them to quarantine camps.
Right.
And this like lady was like, "I'm not leaving." Like they were beating her up, and the Chinese police officer or whatever he is, military, says, "You got to learn how to act. Like, don't you realize we're going to war with the U.S. soon? Like we're gonna go to war. Like we're gonna like go at them soon." Like
You believe some random motherfucker though?
No, it was an actual like video of them going to the apartment and taking people.
No, yeah, but I'm saying, like, do you believe that random, like, cop or whatever?
I mean, why would he randomly say that? Like
Maybe he was a conspiracy theorist or something.
I think those people.
You think that they know and we just don't?
I think they're getting ready for war, man. Because not any. I don't know if it's today, tomorrow, or 10 years, but we're gonna bump heads with China one day eventually. They've been buying like mad gold and stuff like that. Like, so if like the world actually like does die out, like they have their own asses covered. Look into it. It's crazy.
I don't doubt you, bro.
I'm gonna hold my mic like you.
This is somewhat comfortable. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it
Like,
really
you can
is.
lean back and chill a little bit.
It
You
is
know what I'm
nice to
saying?
relax, see my gut.
You know what I'm saying?
My back hurts too.
It's kind of nice to just lean back and kind of like kick it.
Yeah. Next one we're gonna. Well, it's up
Sit
to
on
you
the
guys.
couch.
We're gonna do the couch. We should do the.
It looks
couch
like
just
casting
hang out.
couch though on Pornhub.
it's
I'm
like
not gonna
too
fucking lie. It looks like somebody's gonna fucking
Yeah.
come through.
It's like noisy, right? That couch you move around. Actually, it's not noisy. It's the casting couch. It's worn in already.
yeah.
Shit.
Oh God, bro.
But
Fucking hell.
yeah. I don't know, man. What's your thoughts
My thoughts on
on any of this stuff that I've been saying?
I don't know, bro. I can't fucking lie. I can't call it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I don't know.
I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen, honestly. It's a fucking crazy world that we live in. Shit's just hitting the fan left and right.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? I go to work every day. I just think that I'm like sitting in this bubble, this like
Yeah.
very frail reality that we live in.
NPCs, I like to call it.
Oh my God. Can you tell the people about your thoughts on that?
About what? Life?
About NPCs.
Oh, that a lot of people around here are NPCs, are non-playable characters.
Literally, that we're going through life, and that like there are a few main characters, but there are a bunch of people that are in the world that just walk around, and that are just like in GTA or something. Like it's pedestrians
you know what it
on the
is?
sidewalk.
It's not exactly that they're like out of it, like they're pedestrians on the sidewalk. So there was like this thing for some type of branch in the government said, and it was like a lot of people just walk around and they just wake up, go to work, wake up, go to work. They just do what they have to do. And
That's
they
how
go
I
home.
fucking feel every day.
Yeah, and then they said that there's people out there that aren't just waking up, going to work. Like they're doing the same thing, but they're like thinking outside of the box every day, and like those are the people like that they keep an eye on. You know?
Yeah. The people who are looking at shit. We're looking at life. Why are you laughing like that?
Because it's funny.
I'm like, yeah, no, 100%, bro.
Because this agency is the agency that like watches people. But they said like this guy who used to be a former one of them, he said that he's like a lot of people like are just NPCs. They wake up, they go to work, and he
There are
said
a lot of
there's
people who
couple
are unproblematic.
Yeah, no, they're just like live their life in a bubble, like you said.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people that are actually in the bubble that notice that everyone else is an NPC. That
I feel like that's you and me, to be honest.
yeah,
Because me and you are always talking to each other, and we're like, do you fucking see what's going on around us?
yeah, that's what's crazy. Like, how does nobody like notice like anything that's going on?
Me and you would just be talking sometimes, and it's like we're talking about China or Ukraine and Russia. It's like, bro, what are you doing if shit hits the fan?
Yeah,
And we're talking about what we're gonna do and what we have and what we don't have, what we could improve on, what we can't improve on. Like, a lot of people give preppers shit. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not like a hardcore prepper, but like, I like to dot my I's and cross my T's. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like you're the same way. And we just think about like, if we didn't do that,
where would you be, right?
Where would you be? What would happen if tomorrow something happens? I don't think that's crazy.
But I don't know, man. Don't you feel like that?
What?
Like, yeah, cross the T's, dot the I's, and yeah, like prepping. But everything you watch on the news, like even like the news, like if you like watch like YouTube or other sources of like people getting the same news, but they're getting it from different sources, like sometimes it pops up on mainstream media, like people like just don't notice.
Like what though?
Just a lot of shit, bro.
Just like most people, just
Like how our
cruise through
gas
life.
prices were going up so high, and we were just giving away money.
Or how the U.S. government, like I posted a meme today.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see if I don't even, my fucking phone's recording. It was like, Oh, the new guy. Oh man, I wanted to talk about this.
Is it on Instagram?
Yeah, it's on Instagram right now. But it was the new guy who just lost millions in FTX, billions
Oh,
actually.
which guy? The guy who owned it?
Yeah, San Friedman Banks,
Yeah, or how-
something Banks Friedman.
Or how fucking he's still out and Bernie Madoff got locked up?
Yo,
Yeah, because he's like, how old is that
or
guy?
like the U.S. government following just before 9/11 had talked about how they had lost $3 trillion dollars,
Yeah, I know.
and the records to backtrace
Got
that
burned
money
up in
was in the
trade
Pentagon.
centers.
That just was in the Pentagon. That
Yeah.
just happened to get a plane driven
Yeah.
into it the
So
next
you
day.
want to dig deeper?
I don't want to get too conspiracy theory-ish,
Nah,
but
so let
all
me
I'm
dig-
saying,
let me dig in your brain for
all
real
I'm
quick.
saying is that you can't trust the government 100% of the time because
Yeah.
it's been proven that they lie to us sometimes.
Let me dig in your brain real quick.
Dig into
About
my brain.
9/11, right? So yeah, very sad day, very unfortunate. A lot of
yeah,
people lost their
I
souls.
lost
A lot
people.
of soldiers.
I lost people in that
their lives.
fucking
A lot
9/11.
of innocent people died, right? But how come they were saying this? That plane that went down, right? The one that didn't hit anything, it went down in PA.
Yeah,
It was like scattered, right? You know what I mean? You know which plane I'm talking about?
yeah, the one that went down in the woods.
Yeah, it
right?
said that people were fighting on there and blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. If a plane goes down, it usually stays like in whole. Like it blows up and it stays in whole and like, or it gets like scattered in a decent area, right? But the way that plane was like scattered was like it got taken down like by like an F-16 or some shit like that.
No
You know,
way.
like, yeah, like they have like pilots, like fighter pilots that have said that shit. But that's
I haven't looked into it. I haven't looked into it. But what I do know is that certain like people who are involved and knowledgeable with regard to how to demo buildings
Yeah,
said that the way that the World Trade Center is like imploded within itself
yeah,
on itself didn't look normal.
yeah.
It
I
didn't
know.
look
But
consistent.
let's just end it there. We just end it where right there because I don't want to dig rabbit holes.
We're not going to go into a rabbit hole, but it's just
Yeah.
different people have came out saying that
Or
it's sketch.
how about this? How many cameras do you think are on the Pentagon?
Yeah, it's a little weird.
And there's like
three.
half a video.
There's like three angles,
And
maybe.
there's like not even. There's like half a video of like an airplane hitting it.
that one where it's like this.
Yeah,
and
it's
they're
like
like, you can't even see
it's like
whether
a
or not
booth.
that's the size of a fucking airplane
It's
hitting
like a
it.
booth. It's like a fucking booth, like where the boom.
You know
goes
what's
up to
so
let people
fucking
park.
weird
It's
though,
crazy.
bro? And I don't even know what to think of this because it's like you think of the Pentagon, the White House as these hyper secure places, and then you think about the Joe Rogan bit about the motherfucker who had a bad day and who wanted to run into the fucking White House, and he's fucking running across the lawn, running across the lawn. Everybody's thinking about like, oh, it's the fucking White House. They probably have a fucking sniper on tops of the buildings. They'll triangulate you. They'll take you out on your step. And every fucking time he's running, every step he takes, this is my last step. This is my last step, and nothing happens. And then he gets up to the front door. And it's fucking open.
Yeah.
And he fucking goes in, and there's one security guard there, and it's this tiny girl, and he goes, bitch, and fucking mollywops her, and is just running through the White House.
I know.
It was somebody who was an off-duty, I think, officer who actually ended up taking that person down. It's just like we have these thoughts of like what government is, how secure things are, and it's like all just these expectations that we have that don't meet reality.
But that's the same thing that goes back to like the bunkers and like Ravens Rock and stuff like that.
What the fuck is Ravens Rock?
Yeah, look into it.
No, you tell me right now.
It's like a.
We're on a podcast. You gotta fucking tell me
It's
something.
like a bunker that like officials would go to if we get nuked. It's like carved into a mountain. It's kinda
Where?
like- look it up. I don't know the exact location.
You have the world at your fingertips, my brother. Ravenswood or Ravens Rock? Or Raven's Claw? Harry Potter? Ravenswood Projects?
Yeah, the Ravenswood.
So funny. Side note. There was this guy that I knew at one of the places that I worked. I was like, yeah, I know Queens. Yeah, Astoria. I know Astoria. Ravens Club Projects, baby. I'm in there. It's fucking Ravenswood. Ravensclaw's Harry Potter. He looked at me so sideways, bro. I deserved it, though. I'm not going to lie to you.
There you go, Ravens Rock Mountain Complex.
Oh, my God. Site R.
Yep.
What does it
So,
mean
like-
though? Tell me. Talk to me. What's going on?
It's like cut out of a mountain. It's
All you said is a bunker in the side of a mountain.
yeah, where officials would go if they like a nuke goes off.
What about
So,
us?
Yeah, exactly.
What about us?
Nothing. We're done. We're toasted.
We Dunskies.
But it's like it goes to show you, like, wake up, go to work,
Drank. Po up.
drink. But
Head
it just shows
shot,
you just wake
drank.
up, go to work, and enjoy your life. That's it. You can dig in these rabbit holes all
Do you
want.
think that any
There's
type of
nothing you
prep
can do.
that we would have would be futile?
What do you mean?
Like it would be worthless?
Like with what?
Us prepping for a disaster.
I think for a nuclear disaster, yes. I think we'd be fucked.
First of all, if any type of nuke goes off, I feel like NYC is gonna be where it's gonna hit,
Yeah, we're fucked.
and I'm at ground zero every fucking day, baby.
I know.
I'm in New York City every fucking day.
I know.
Bye bye.
Yep. And
Remember me, bro.
I'm like 20, 30 miles away from there.
Yeah,
And
I
I'm
mean,
still get
we looked at,
fucked.
I mean, when Russia Ukraine was really popping off and everybody was talking about
Yeah.
fucking nukes and shit,
What happened there?
the fallout range was like what? It's like 20 to 30 miles. Like
Yeah,
we're
but
at
what
we're at the
happened to
edge of the fallout range. What do you mean? What happened?
Like, remember, like, just a couple weeks ago, they were like, oh, it's fucking. Russia's got their finger over the button.
I think a lot of it's fear mongering.
Yeah, but why does the government want to do that to us?
I don't know if it's the government. I feel like the government definitely tries to like keep us calmer, and then there are a few people who are online who profit and get views
Yeah.
off of fear mongering. There are some people who definitely try to bring you new information to try to keep you like abreast of everything that's really going on that maybe the media won't tell you.
Yeah.
But I don't know. All you could do is fucking hope and pray
And dream.
and dream.
Well, that's another episode, right?
To the next episode. Wait, you never told me what fucking Ravens Rock was.
I just told you.
You told me it was a place that people would go if there was nuclear war. However,
Not people.
how'd you hear about it? What is it? Is it a conspiracy?
It's not a conspiracy. It's just like a cutout on the side of a mountain.
Where is it though?
That the government officials, a PA, that government officials would go and hide if a
How
nuke
would they
goes
get
off.
everybody to PA?
Fucking, they'll get them there. Get them there.
F-16s, strap them in the back.
Yeah, right on the top of the the road.
That's definitely a possibility, my brother.
Yeah.
All right, man. What do you say? Let's wrap this one up. We've talked a lot about a lot of shit.
Yep.
We fucking dove into a lot of shit. Been going for over like an hour and a half at this point.
Yep. Or just random shit.
And that's
But
how
it's
we
good.
do it.
That's the only way.
It's always been a pleasure, man. Another episode in the books. Tap the mics.
A few Bruce podcasts.
Thanks for joining us on
Thank
another
you
one.
guys. Good night.
Take care.
Brush your hair.